10.
Hello everyone and welcome to A Hobby in Chat with me, Skari, your grateful host. We might have some of the Patreons on Discord hopping into the audio, but hello! I'm going to sit down and chat, and hopefully if you want to hang out with me, that's great. Hello everybody on Twitch, on YouTube, on everything. I'm testing out the Brio that we got for the big game, that Kyle got for the big game. And hello Robert, how's it going? Things are going well. Probably going to be working on Mr. Nagash himself here. Going to do some work on him, I think. And then just kind of, we're going to be building, scraping some models, chatting with the chat. So you're welcome to hang out while we do some stuff. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, simply because life has been kind of crazy, just in general. He's so wiggly. Yeah, he is. It's surprisingly sturdy considering he's so wiggly. I do have to take him off though, because this base is definitely not finished. Might do some work on the base, just to kind of like put it down. But I really want to just kind of glue him. I've been using my my death stuff lately. And I'm sad every time I can't use Nagash because he's not built or painted or anything like that. So I kind of just want to go ahead and use him. Bonjour, Tommy Neck. What's going on? Thanks for coming by to say hello. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see all of you. If you're going to hang out for a while, nice. I'm just chilling. Probably going to be here for a little bit though, because I haven't physically done one of these in a long time. But switching to Twitch, says Robert. Nice. Yeah, you can do Twitch, you can do YouTube, whatever works for you. I like haven't done like a multi-stream in a while. Yeah, TV Robbie, what's going on? I know it's been such a long time. I went on holiday. I feel like I've done so much in so little. It's interesting because I was going through like my YouTube analytics yesterday, and I was like, the growth that I've seen on YouTube has been minimal, and not surprising considering I've literally been on holiday and on stuff for like ever, and I'm just so excited to get back and continue. Even though I feel like I've done a lot of like content creation, I just feel like I've been absent. But it's nice to be back. Feels good. It's nice to be back. Hey, Retio Santi, what's going on? Mr. Carrie K, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Carrie K. What's going on? You have a question. What Necron list are you seeing in tournaments? Are you coming down to Austin for the tournament? No. My first international tournament is going to be Las Vegas, I believe. Yeah. When will you time you'll be back hobbying again? How's your holiday? Well, Mr. TV Robbie, I put up the schedule on Monday. The first 2 episodes of Just Put Paint on It will be back on Thursday. Yeah, 2 days from now, Thursday and Friday. We have 2 great guests as always, and I'm really excited with Orky. Yeah, Orky's coming on, and then Alex McDougall. So we've got 2 fantastic people on this week, and it's gonna basically, we already have until like end of December booked. 2 days a week. It'll be Thursdays and Fridays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be Just Put Paint on It, where we sit down, we chat, we hobby, and we hashtag Just Put Paint on It, which will be really fun. Joshua says, ooh, Nagash getting ready to play the game. Oh yeah, I love playing Age of Sigmar. I just need to get some work done on Mr. Nagash man over here. Yeah, he needs some love, is what's happening. Are you planning to play AOS competitively at the same level you do with 40k, or is it just more fun or casual for you? AOS, to be fair, AOS is more casual for me. However, I'm a competitor, right? I like to consider myself a competitor, which means that usually I'll play things sort of like with if you say competitive mindset, like it tends to have like a bad connotation. It's not a bad thing to have a competitive mindset. It just means that like I love playing. Why are you being silly? What is wrong with you? Come on, get in there, get in there. Right? Am I missing something here? Why is he not? Why is he being silly? Oh, that's fine. Come on. There you go. Literally was like one little thing messing this whole thing up. Hey, Prankster, thank you so much for the resub on Twitch. Nice to see you. Hopefully Nagash doesn't lose the game for you. Nagash can be pretty competitive. Oh yeah. Nagash is... he's pretty spicy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, especially in this edition with like all the bonuses to like your armor saves and whatnot. And then the fact that he can cast like a million magic powers. Although there are some like matchups or whatever where like he'll just lose. Like if you have something that can like take out a big caster from the game and you can like stop Nagash from like participating, or he miscasts on like one of the first casting rolls of the game, or if of the turn or whatever, every turn, because he has like 8 casting rolls, and if he rolls any snake eyes, he's just like, he can't cast any more powers for the rest of the phase, right? And he just like shuts himself down. It can be so dangerous with him. It's ridiculous. I thought that was Inead for a second. Oh, yeah. No, this is Nagash. Yeah, this is definitely not Inead. I'm also using my very cool Red Leaf Customs LED arch for this, which is really cool. But yeah, look at that. Ta-da-da. Oh, this Brio is fantastic. I'm really excited about it. I can actually show some stuff off. And then, of course, I've got his base all set up like this. It's going to basically be on there. I just need to, like, do some fancy shenanigans on there. Yeah. It's going to look so good when he's done. Just need to keep on working on him. Need to keep on keeping on. Ooh, I heard those are good arches, says Joshua from Red Leaf Customs. Also, my entire paint rack. All my paint racks are Red Leaf Customs. Because I like them. They're good. I have my first interview tomorrow. That was quick. Yeah, man. Yeah, hopefully that sorts itself out for you fast, which will be good. Tommy Peck says, what do you think about Prophets of Flesh now? So we're into like a Drukhari, in terms of Drukhari stuff. Prophets of Flesh, I think, have value. They can be really good. Why is there a little rock? Oh, that little rock is from the dogs. Okay, yeah, that's right. Look, and then I've got Nagash's head. Ha! Such a big head. It's just a big hat. It's like a giant... such a giant hat for Nagash. He's like, look at me hat! My hat is giant! And he's got so many like rando pieces, like this piece here, and like his big sword piece, which goes on his belt buckle. And then these things go all over his, like the little books that go all over his, like the 8 books in Nagash, or 9 books in Nagash. They actually slot into like the floaty floats. So it's like really weird because you have to like try and make it all fit together and stuff. Annoying is what it is. Annoying. Ooh, love those new bundles. The big game, how did the Phantom Titan go? Was it worth taking? Phantom Titan was awesome. I really enjoyed. The big game was great. I posted the big game battle report. It's up on Patreon right now, so everybody can go watch it there. It'll be up for pre-release. I mean, it'll be up on for general public eventually. Right now, it's all on Patreon. So if There's also the reviews on Twitch, which you can go watch as well if you until they pull them down, because I'm not a Twitch partner yet. Like, I'm a Twitch affiliate, but not a partner, so I guess your videos are only up for a certain amount of time before they get taken down. Sad. But to answer your question, Tommy Neck. Oh, did I say Peck? I think I said Peck. Sorry about that. So Tommy, in terms of Prophets of the Flesh, I feel like there's some use for them. Like, in terms of durability, like if you're doing a rack horde, it's quite good, because it stops you from taking damage from, like, you know, heavy bolters and stuff like that. It just makes it hard, like, makes your units hardier. And look at that little, like, things and stuff too. Man, there's so much cool stuff in this little set. However, what in the world? I could have done that one instead. Oh, that one looks so much cooler. That hand looks so much cooler. His hat is big because he's so important. Says the Entheax. Yes, 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 it is. He is a very important hat. Super important hat. Those themed Space Marines and Necrons boxes are sweet. I haven't actually taken a look at any of that. I've been blinded by Black Templar zeal. That's what I've been blinded by. Because I'm super excited about the Black Templar release. To be fair, I think that's like the thing I'm the most excited about is oh, why am I using this? I own a real hobby knife now. Yeah, I've upgraded since you last saw me. I've been, you know, there's a Patreon bucks going to upgrade me. Although this knife though, like, makes me so nervous when I'm using it, because I feel like I'm gonna slice my fingers off at like every turn. I just feel like I'm gonna cut myself. Like, it just feels dangerous. Did you see the 2 Black Templar Vows they previewed this morning? No. They previewed Vows. They kind of hinted at Vows and stuff at. They hinted at Vows, or like they kind of mentioned them on the Sunday pre-release thing or preview thing. All I know is there will be a live stream on Saturday morning, so stay tuned for that. Although I need to go see what these Vows are, because that sounds exciting. As a classic Black Templar player, Vows are like the thing that you want, or they were so cool back in the day. So I'm curious to see how they make that mechanic work. It's Thous and Sons. Haha, funny. Funny. I see what you did there. As for monsters on Prophets of Flesh, Tommy, you know, being able to heal like a wound every turn is pretty good. You know, and then of course if you take like Talus and Grotesques and stuff, you get like the most out of it. They also have the really cool like reroll hit rolls strat, right? Which makes them like just very efficient, you know? So they can kind of be a good substitute for like witches. You know, if you don't really want to use witches, you can kind of use racks even, because racks with reroll hits, reroll wounds, they're pretty good. Like, they do some damage. So, and just like that. I don't have any like music or anything, but feel free to hang out, ask me questions and stuff. I know it's just me doing hobby stuff here, but that's the whole point. Ow. We got to... What time is it? What? Yeah, it's at 10:30. It's good. It's a little early around the world, you know? I'm going to be here for a little bit, and then we'll kind of move on to something else, which will be fine. Tomorrow I'm going down to mini wargaming again, and either working on my campaign, or I'm either working on my campaign or I'm filming. So I guess I'll find out when I get there tomorrow, which will be fun. There we go. Now, I will say though, this little thing that I got is useful for this stuff. Like, I wouldn't recommend you use it for like smaller pieces than this, but like when you have like large pieces that are long like this, and you got like a long mold line that just kind of goes along like a long line like this, this is like excellent for that. Especially to get into like, instead of having to use like a hobby knife for it, which is what I normally used. This is classic stream circa 2019 style. Yeah, with just me. I know. So, like, I know, right? Lech. It bugs me that Templars are getting all the shinies when Angels of Pups got sweet FA. And by FA you mean expletive. Yeah, that's true. But then again, Black Templars did get shafted when they didn't get a codex or a supplement when everybody else got cool stuff, right? So it's only fair that now Black Templars are back, baby. Right? It's only fair now. Black Templars are back, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, yeah. No, but yeah. Well, I don't think Blood Angels and Space Wolves got FA. Like they got supplements. They got their stuff. You know, there's people who do well with them at like competitive events and stuff. You know. Could they have done a better job doing that? Yeah, but as you can see, they've like redone the whole like range for Black Templars and things like that. And that tends to come with more models and stuff, right? Because they're like, okay, we're gonna redo the range, so we need to make sure the rules are awesome. And also, Black Templars are like a super popular like chapter, right? Like, it's not just me. Like, Black Templars are like, Black Templar players are like die-hard. Like, I was a die-hard Black Templar player, so I know. I still am. I literally sent an entire, like, 2,000 point army to a commission painter to have it ready. And it should be ready, literally, you know, it gets pre-released, or the box set gets pre-released this weekend. And then, like, the next week, I'll have my Black Templar army. Oh, so I got it like right in time too. It's freaking awesome. Yep. Question to all of you. If you could make up a rule, any rule for your army or your favorite army that you feel would like help your army stand out, what would it be? Like, what would you do? You know what I mean? How would you make your faction stand out amongst the crowd? I'm curious. I'm also going to be covered in plastic by the time this is over. So I hope you're into me being covered in plastic, because there's plastic shavings everywhere. I wouldn't consider Black Templars to be very common in comparison to any of the three mentioned above. True, fair enough. You know, I just feel like Black Templar, like, I was part of the Black Templar community, Bolter and Chainsword, all that stuff. Like, Black Templars, Black Templars are a popular faction. Like, almost as popular as Ultramarines. They were like the poster child for 3rd edition. So there's like a lot of like Black Templar players out there. Captain Athenos says, okay, checklist. 1, sitting. 2, Skari. 3, hobby. Build orcs. Check. Good day, Captain. What's going on? +1 attack if you shoot before charging. Interesting. Like, shoot the thing you're charging and then get +1 attack. That's like a double-edged sword, because then you're like, you know, a savvy opponent will just kill all the models that are close by to make your charge harder, right? Archon on a bike, says Archon Prankster. Yeah, I would. Oh, what would I not give for an Archon on a bike? Like, it's one of the only units I genuinely miss. He was like, so many good stories of my Archon on a jet bike just running around murdering things. Like, my regular Archon now, like, goes around. I've got some cool stories of, like, my Husk, like, Hatred Eternal, Jinblade Huskon, just going around, like, murdering stuff. But it's not the same as, like, a super jet bike guy that's hopped up on, like, combat stimulants that runs around and might, like, you know, OD halfway through the game because you decided to go big or go home. You're like, I'm gonna do 4 of the 6 drugs, and then you just hope you didn't roll triples. Ah, so funny. You're building a Nagash, says Raymond? Yes, a Nagash. I do play Death after all. That's like my Age of Sigmar faction. Other than when I'm at mini wargaming, and then Luca plays a lot of Death, so we try and keep it a little bit more varied. So I'm like the don't bring Death to the bat reps. You know, bring like Sylvaneth, or Although I have been enjoying learning how to play Sylvaneth, but I did get to play Death yesterday. I went to see Matt from the Hooded Goblin, not the Hooded Goblin, Elmvale, from Jackson Queen in Elmvale. Good old Alfarius. Shout out to Alfarius. And he played Destruction with the new swamp, like the swamp orcs, and with Kragnos, and I played like a death army based around Manfred von Karstein and the Legion of Night, and it was so fun. Like, Kragnos just went around murdering everything. I just couldn't touch him. It was nuts. And the objectives were like, they start in the corners, and they slowly kind of like went into the middle till it was a single objective. Oh, it was a slobber knocker of a game. TV Robbie says, Sweet FA. Space Marines getting Sweet FA. They deserve it. Sweet FA is a Croftold Eldar not getting a new model kit for 27 years. They technically got Banshees recently. Subscribe. Hey, Lord Draconis, thanks for the sub on Twitch. Jeepers Creepers, 16 months. That mission is a blast, said Lord. Yeah, I know, right? It's like such a crazy mission. I'm a huge fan of the Age of Sigmar mission format. Like, you've got your primaries, and then you have to pick your secondaries as you go, and not being able to pick the same secondary twice, right? And completing it, you have to really sort of think about it and whatnot. It's really cool. Charles, Captain says, my Blood Angels are currently in the ultrasonic cleaner, transforming into Black Templars. Nice. Charles Metz, good morning. Just want my Vect model back. Oh, I know. Vect would be so cool. I think he's transcended, like, who knows? They might bring his Days of Destruction back. They're, like, GW has made some pretty cool mega kits, right? Like those, like, Slanesh ones for Age of Sigmar. We've got like the Slanesh kits or whatever. So that's like something. The new BT stuff is pure sex, says Lord Draconis. New Black Templar stuff is pretty freaking awesome. Charles, would be cool to have blow up strat for Drukhari vehicles. Ha! Maybe Coven vehicles. I could see them like literally filling them with like acids and stuff and being like, yeah, that sort of thing. I'm surprised you didn't have one already. Well, I didn't have one already. I had him. He's been sitting there. I've just been using the one at Mini Wargaming forever that is already painted, but this is like my own personal one. My sub anniversary on October 10th. Have to sub again. Nice. And then you get to do it again. It's fantastic. I do like the big beefy arms. On Croftold Eldar, just be like, we could have a contest of biggest, beefiest arms in 40k modeling, and I think Catechins would win. you know, cats just be like, right? You know, I think that would be cool. It's been a year. Been a year. It's crazy how time flies, eh? Especially when you're having fun. Okay, now to figure out where all these pieces go, because his set's over there. So that doesn't go there. That doesn't go there. Does this actually go in there? No, that's a double spinny thing. That's a spinny thing there. So I believe this goes here. Okay, so that's that one. It's one of the cool things about like trying to build one of these things. At least they've made them where the things are all, the connections are all different. That's actually really smart. So that you can like make the connections without needing instructions. I might have to get stick on the Seraphon's back. Seraphon, you know, during the big game that happened last weekend, we had there was an Age of Sigmar tournament that happened at Sir Games Lot in Barrie. It was like a 20-person event or something. Really cool. It was nice to see everybody there. Most of the AOS. There was a couple of AOS like team community members and stuff there, which is really neat. And you know, it was cool to see like the breakdown of like different factions that people have been running. Okay, so that's that one. No, that's not going to be that one. No, that's not going to be that one either. Did I do this one? Yeah. Was this one? Oh, okay, so this one's this one. Whoop. They're so fiddly. So fiddly. So fiddly, but I love it. Okay, there's half a book here. Need to find another half a book. Half a book. I think it's this one. Is it this one? No, it's got graspy hands on it. It's got graspy hands on it. So cool. There's so many different books. I'm gonna have to figure out where all the books go. I'll figure that out later. I don't have to kind of do all that. I guess I'm Jiang Kun says, have you played against Grey Knights recently? I have not. I've seen a lot of games being played, and I've been playing a lot of team like events, like practicing for stuff, but I do need to get a few matchups into the new Grey Knights. They're just a very aggressive, sort of like White Scar's army, right? Because except they can shoot, right? And some of them shoot really, really well. So you have to like, you know, pretend that you're playing against like a White Scar army that can like shoot you like, you know, they can shoot you like Imperial Fists because they've got tons of bolter fire, right? He has 9 books, says Captain. Yes, 100%. Consummate 5, a more different S. Then Seraphon can burninate the countryside. We'd have to say that Nola became gradually less exciting as everybody but Admech and Drukhari dropped off. Well, the top... Do you see the top 10 Xianthiades? Like, top 10 was... Yeah, there was a couple of Drukhari, there's Admech in there, but you got Knights, you had Thousand Suns, there was Death Guard, like, there was a lot of different people up there, right? Hey, Dr. Rhino, how's it going? Nice to see you. I'm doing great, thank you. Glad to be back in the on the sphere, getting some stuff done. Just testing, making sure that the stream's ready to rock and roll, and that everything's kind of clean, and just getting back into it, getting into the habit, you know. And they teleport all over the place. Who does? Seraphon? Nice. True, I guess I just know what they showed on the stream. Yeah, so there was Drukhari on the stream all the time, but then again, like, you know, you're seeing the top players. So you get that, and then of course you had the different pods. Like after so many rounds, each pod, and then each pod was won by a different player. Like John Lennon's pod, he won with Black Templars. Stiegler beat Brad Chester, but only by like 2 points. That was like Drukhari Admech final. But then you see like the other top 16 in that, and there's like there's variety in the list that you're seeing. Oh, Grey Knights. Yes. Grey Knights do teleport all over the place with their teleporty things. That is about right. Okay, so that one, is that, am I supposed to put a little something something on there? Yeah, I guess there's like a little book or something that goes on there. Does this one go here? Oh, yes it does. Look at that. I'm going to have so much fun painting this thing, and I know it's going to be a pain in the butt. But you know what? I've relegated myself to just putting paint on it, which means I need him to be glued, and then I need to prime him, and then I need to just put paint on him. And I've decided that I'm just going to get him done. Because if not, he's just going to sit there forever. He's never going to get finished, and I'm never going to use him on the table. I just want to get him done. I've got a whole bunch of other skeletons I need to build. So I'm just going to build a bunch of skeletons. Dr. Rhino asks, what are your thoughts on the leaked changes to Genius of the Occult and Custodes if they turn out to be true? Held fast. Hey, Nagash. Yeah, Nagash, baby. It's like I know how to play Age of Sigmar or something. I took Nagash before he was cool. Literally. First thing in 9th edition, sorry, 3rd edition. I was playing Nagash before everybody found out he was amazing. And there's battle reports to prove it. Dr. Rhino, in terms of your question, I have no idea what the leaked changes are. At all. I don't know what the leaked changes are to Genius of the Occult / Custodes. I'm assuming that's the rumors that they're the, like, next books to come out in December, or, like, the hidden books or whatever. We'll see. You know, I'm not holding my breath. Patrick Robinson, what's going on? Hello, thanks for hanging out. I'm just building some Nagash today. Hellfast says, running Soulblight Gravelords? Yeah, I am. I've been, there's quite a few builds I've tested. So I've tested quite a few Nagash builds, each a little different. My favorite Legion is Legion of Night. That one I run pretty standard. I'm a huge fan of just like a bunch of skeletons all the time. Patrick says, will you start with more Age of Sigmar content? Well, Patrick, I have done the odd Age of Sigmar battle report. However, I do film a lot of AOS with mini wargaming. And a lot of their stuff gets put on the Vault. However, videos that I do with mini wargaming on the Vault also get released to my Patreon. So if people like, so yes, I have been doing Age of Sigmar content. Hasn't really been going much onto like the YouTube channel for like SkaredCast YouTube channel, but on the Patreon and stuff, there's lots of battle reports of me playing Age of Sigmar. Yeah. But love that old Nagash model. Is this technically an old Nagash model? I guess it has, like, it's, you know, it's been a while, right? I guess the other ones are what, like, I have to put the, yeah, the other ones are like done and done. And then put some like extra thingies on there or whatever. Does that one go here? No, that one is that one. Oh, I get it. So this one goes here. Man, this is like the most mega one. Oh, look at that. That is crazy. Right now on Codex, I just want to see the Chaos Marines get some love. I wish Chaos Marines would get some love, you know? Dr. Rhino, time to get some hobby? Absolutely. You know the saying that we have. Hashtag, just put paint on it. Which is a hashtag that all of you young folks can use on social media. While we do hobby. You know, we do believe that getting stuff painted helps cure anxiety. Yep. And makes you feel more accomplished in life. I challenged myself to finish a whole Custodes army by the end of the month. I am upping the ante to get it done by the 14th because I brought a Genius of the Occult army. It's help with mine for sure, says Dr. Rhino. And by help with mine, you mean just put paint on it? Heck yes! That's right. Just put paint on it. Honestly, it works like a charm. If you just put paint on it, you'll feel so much better about life. It's actually, like, refreshingly amazing how, like, refreshing it is. So I think I'm going to prime Nagash. I'm not sure if I should go... I think I'm going to keep him bright. Like, I've done dark with my, like, Dark Eldar. I kind of want to paint him, like, a brighter color, which means I'm probably going to go for a more... like my old Tomb King style with the brighter turquoises and colors, which means I can prime him like a light color, which then will allow me to then do like more glazes and stuff on him, which is like, you know, just kind of like put, not like contrast, but just like glaze him or contrast him, which I think might even be a good idea to just get him painted and put on the table. And then maybe do some like dry brushes or blends. Here I am talking like I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Look at that. He's so, like, so wispy. So many wisps. Nagash, Vengorian Lord, double Necromancer, Vampire Lord, tons of skeletons, a brick at 20 Graveguard, was it? What, my list? No, my list is Nagash, 40 zombies, a corpse cart with the -1 to wound, which I find really useful to keep all the zombies alive. 20 skeletons, 20 great weapon Graveguard, Vargeists of like my 3rd core, and like and some like direwolves, and then like a vampire lord, I think, and a necromancer. Like it's very, my list is very simple, very simple. RoboCop chimes in and says, "You don't need to know what you're doing; just put paint on it." That's the spirit. That's exactly the spirit that I like to cultivate. Don't worry about it. Stop stressing. Just put paint on it. You know, a lot of people end up like thinking too hard about stuff. Don't think. Just put paint on it. Don't think. Just put paint on it. So where's this gonna go? This goes up like so, I believe. Huh. Which means I am missing like a piece that goes on that side there. Peter Harrison says, building myself a kill rig as we speak. It's so big. Nice. Yeah, kill rigs are massive. Like, GW sent me a free one so I could like do a review on it or whatever. It's just sitting in a box right now. You know what I mean? Okay, you go there. Who just messaged me? Fair. Would love to see someone get the original Agash model. The one with the giant, like, head. The one with the giant head. Yeah, that makes sense. Update it for modern times. Give it a neck. Yes, true. Fair enough. Still glad to see Death getting a love from a good player. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. I like that, you know, Death has some cool builds, and I think that it's a very specific way of playing it. As a, there you go, look at that. There's Nagash with his big head. Yeah, he looks so cool. As a player that enjoys playing, I like challenging myself to different like things. And Death has been a good challenge because it's just such a different sort of like style that you need to sort of like practice and play, right? It's like not easy. It's not easy at all to sort of like. Where is his? It must be like a piece that goes on his side where I can put his sword. Where does his sword go? Oh, that's where his sword goes. Okay. So what goes there? I think it's like one of these little things, eh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This little thing here. Hey, Speed Racer, thank you so much. Oh, that's you, Charles, isn't it? Thanks for the sub on Twitch. Really appreciate it, man. 33-month streak? Woohoo! Love the support. Thank you so much. So slowly, grindly attrition armors with barely any range presence. Oh, yeah. And by barely, you mean like 0 range presence, other than like Nagash's like gaze that like misses half the time because it's a one-shot weapon. Look, I miss! Haha! No range presence whatsoever. Highly reliant on heroes and synergies. Oh yeah, it's not an I didn't say it was an easy army to play. However, it is challenging and it is fun when you get the hang of it. Something I did find fun was there was a game that I played, and I added I added the allies. Like I used the ally mechanic, and I added some Night Haunt. And I added the ones that had like a little gun. They've got like D3 shots each or something. And then it was like a unit of them, or 2 units of them with like the hero one that gives them like reroll hit rolls, or of 1 or whatever. And it was cool to have just a little bit of shooting. I'm not gonna lie, even like a tiny little bit of shooting was really useful. Because ultimately I really, really miss my Tomb Kings. And I really, really miss all my archers. I have like 40 archers or something, or 30 archers, and I miss a giant block of archers shooting just little piddly bows. They're not even like super powerful, just little piddly bows. I just miss it. I really miss it. Tomb Kings, we don't talk about that. Hey, we do talk about my Tomb Kings. Is that part of the bingo card? Which we need to make for the new series. How many times does Skari talk about specific things? Oh my goodness gracious. So funny. Robocop says, do you also have some of the new skeletons? I love those. I don't play Death, but I thought about picking them up. I do, actually. Because I'm building a whole new set. I've got the old skeletons from the Tomb Kings, but I did get myself a set of the new... like the new little skellies. Yeah, that was like my first test model. So I have a starter kit, like a whole starter kit from the Soulblight Gravelords. I have that. I've got a whole box of Graveguard. And then I have a whole other box of skeletons. And then I just need zombies, I think. I need like a big pack of zombies, basically. Bingo! Yeah, that's true. Nicholas Lawrence. Hello, Nicholas. I'm having a lot of success with leadership debuffs, phantasm grenade launchers. Do you think it's a competitively viable thing? Well, you have to, if you build to it, then it's a strategy, right? And then if your strategy is built well, then you'll see results. I personally, with the phantasms, you know, a savvy player will just kind of like take casualties away until he's out of range of your phantasms and stuff. So the effects will be limited if you go too heavy into it. So, but you know, there's lots of wiggle room. You can kind of cook some stuff up as well. Zombies are the true power of the army. Oh, I love zombies. They're so fun. Zombies are really, really good. There we go. Got his little skull things on his skull vials or whatever they are. Pretty intense. Not going to lie. I thought that Teclis destroyed Nagash's 9 books. Oh yeah. Teclis just wrecked Nagash. Like he was like, hey Nagash. Because Nagash was like... it was really cool. If you haven't subscribed to like Warhammer Plus, they have the Lore Masters series. The Lore Masters series is excellent. Absolutely excellent. And one of the most recent series is on Teclis, and they talk about like his battles with Nagash and stuff, and I thought that was really cool. Ah, there we go. Found the actual angle that's supposed to be at. And yeah, so Teclis tried to like trap Nagash's spirit in like a mountain, basically. But Nagash was able to get away. But yes, his physical form was destroyed. These are the ghosts of the books. Teclis is an elf. What he does doesn't count. I sense some animosity. Why is there's spider webs? There are spider webs on my paint, on my arch. Spider webs! This is madness. That just shows you how little I've used this stuff in so long. So, it's been so long. It has been so long. Alright, this is the book that goes on Nagash's hand. I'm gonna have to take some time to like go through like what his books are and stuff, and like he's got his giant shoulder blades as well. Maybe that we can put on right now. Should we leave a message and Nagash will call us back? I don't know. What? Animosity towards elves of all varieties? Nonsense. Only Ooh, hey, that's some harsh language. Some harsh language you're using around here. You know, you'll get demonetized with language like that. By the way, we've been, on a completely unrelated note, we've been playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we've been streaming it on John the Cron's like YouTube channel. By YouTube channel, I mean Twitch page. Oh, for fuck's sake! Pardon my language. Talk about bad language. This little piece broke off. Now I have to be careful and kind of glue that on without breaking the whole thing. Well, luckily enough, it's far enough into the stream that it shouldn't ping the algorithm. Never open the Book of the Dead. Who am I blocking? That's right, prankster. So this little tiny piece. Okay, check this out. Like, oh man, this is so fiddly. So this little tiny piece, look at that. That little tiny piece right there broke off the edge of this shoulder pad. So what a pain in the butt. As I was cutting it off. Ugh. And here I thought I would go off without a hitch. Tiny, tiny little piece. Now I have to like glue it back on again. Wah, 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 wah. Good thing I have an actual hobby knife now. Makes this a little easier. AOS models. Love the detail, hate the detail. Oh yeah. So we're going to put a little drop of glue. Good thing about plastic glue is that it melts the plastic and creates like a bond, which is like key. And then we can go like this and go... Is that how it goes, or is this how it goes? I'm not sure how it's supposed to go. Is there a... What the other one? Nope. There is no... I think it's something like this. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, just gotta make sure it just sticks. Look at that. It's like... I haven't actually used the plastic glue, but I'm assuming it doesn't stick to your fingers like super glue. No, it doesn't stick to your fingers. It kind of melts the plastic on both ends, and then when you kind of press the plastic together, it kind of like melts it literally melts the plastic. It kind of glues itself together, and then creates like a bond like that, right? I'd better finish building the pieces to that black coach I got last week. What's everybody else up to? Yeah, what is everyone else up to in the hobby right now? What's on your hobby desk right now? What are you working on? What are you working on? I haven't even finished my coffee. I think that's also something we could put on the bingo card. When Skari doesn't finish his coffee because, or ends up drinking it and it's like terribly cold because he's literally forgotten to take a sip of his coffee because he's been talking so much since he has a giant mouth. A giant mouth. Yep. I have 3 3rd edition Raiders that need paint. Nice. A box of... Which glue are you using? I'm using GW plastic glue. Has a parental advisory. 16 plus. Grunstock Thunderers for my Tempest's Eye. I'm assuming they're the Sky Dwarves. I haven't actually played against them yet. I've heard they're like very sneaky and jump up and down and stuff. Orc Boys, Hellions, and Sisters as Captain Athena. It's nice. It's like a good mix of what people are working on today. Retio Santi. Lots of Conquest, Augment of Kings, 100 Kingdoms, Marvel Crisis Protocol, Mutants. Nice. Has some cool hobby stuff going on. Everybody's kind of got some neat things they're working on. That's pretty neat. Working on 7th Chronos Talos, planning out how to return Gulliman into a Talos. I'm sure Homunculus would have so much fun with a Primarch on their slab. They'd literally go, they'd have so much fun, you know, basically making sure that, you know, because, like, imagine them having, like, a Vulcan on their slab, you know, Vulcan is, like, an Eternal, right? He doesn't die. They could literally just torture him forever, and they would, like, they'd probably enjoy that so much. Okay. Okay, I think I put a little too much glue on, but that's okay. Got some, come on. Come on. Look at that. That's a cool, like, skull piece, eh? It's pretty neat. Well, I've got this. My pile of shame, like, as you can see here, this is my pile of potential. I keep it... Well, that's not true. I guess I have a little bit more pile of potential than what I thought. So I've got... So, let's go through Skari's pile of potential, shall we? Let's make sure I don't pull this headset too far and then, like, knock everything off. Okay. I have 5 plastic Banshees. I have this box of Skeleton Warriors. I have... I should probably organize all this stuff. I have to paint a Zote. I'm really looking forward to painting this guy, actually. Especially now that, like, lockdowns are over and stuff, he's gonna be part of our next Blackstone Fortress playthrough. That's gonna be fun. I've got a box of Dark Eldar Rex, which are plastic. I found it at a store and I was like, done. Didn't even hesitate. I have this box, which, by the way, the thing I'm the most excited about this box is the White King on the horse. That model, like, sold me on the Soulblight Gravelords. Like, legitimately. Love that model so much. And then there's some Graveguard in there, which is neat. So I've got 10 Graveguard here, or 20 Graveguard? 20 Graveguard, and I've got 10 more Graveguard over there. Or 10 more Graveguard or whatever. I have this box here, The Gangs of Gomorrah. This is a brand new box set. So all the Hellions, all the Reaver Jet bikes are in there. Thank you to Dave from Mini Wargaming for that one. I also have Eisenhorn. There you go, Eisenhorn. I have another Apothecary. I'm probably going to give that one away, because I don't need him. I already have one. A Homunculus. Going to be, to add to like my 6 Homunculuses or something crazy that I already own. White King on Horse looks awesome. I know, too bad the White King on a Horse like isn't really that good when you take like Nagash, because their bonuses sort of like conflict essentially. That skull would make a good skull for a knight. Yeah, right? It's a cool skull. I'm using a bottle of Revel plastic glue, turned it over, saw a big yellow warning, cancer sticker, so maybe buy a different brand next time. Well, most things will cause cancer, especially if you like huff them, you know. No problem, Prankster, gotta get going to make lunch. Cool. I've got a unit of Hellions. That's right. Do you know how hard these are to find right now? Really hard. Really, really hard. What else do we have? It's like playing Russian roulette. Sister Superior, Amalia Novena. Cool. Cavalry Wars. Because who doesn't need more Cavalry Wars? There you go. 10 more Graveguard. So I have 30 Graveguard. But you can only reinforce them once. So you can only have units of 10. So I don't think I need that extra box. The Noise Marine, which was sent to me a long time ago to paint. So I literally have the Noise Marine ready to be... I should probably just paint him, get him out of the way. That'd be really cool, actually. Hellions are in stock. Nice. And then last but not least, Mr. Catachin Colonel, which I just have sitting there. Yay. Don't know what I'm going to use him for. Maybe another giveaway? I don't know. Okay, and then I also have the new Kill Team set. The entire box, sitting right there. And a Necromunda set. The one with the dudes with the shields. The whole with the terrain and everything. Just sitting right there. I also have a Curse City back there. And Fire Team, Doomsday, Bladeborn, and a Kill Rig. I think that's it. And then, of course, all the stuff that I've been building for my Ikari that I haven't worked on yet. So let me know what you think I should work on next. You know what I mean? So much potential. I know. And that's light. I feel like I give away a lot of stuff. I also have this. Thank you so much. I have to get the name of the person who sent it to me from Instagram or Facebook. But he sent me... I did give him a shout out when I got it on the Instagram. But he sent me the Space Marine from Be'lakor. I'm so pumped because I'm going to be doing a conversion of like that with like an Archon with a soul trap, sucking out the soul of this Space Marine. It's going to be excellent. The Noise Marine model is what made me play Night Lords. Night Lords? You mean Emperor's Children? Curse City, put it everywhere and laugh at everyone who can't get it. Well, that's the thing. I put up a post and I was like, okay, what should I do with my Curse City? Most people wanted me to like build it and paint it and like show it off because a lot of people can't get it. But at the same time, I'm never going to have time. Like I literally won't. I have so much stuff I need to do. At the same time, eventually I could get to it and kind of like you do it. But I could do like a giveaway. You know what I mean? Like give it away and, you know, give it to a Patreon or give it to like a YouTube subscriber or a Twitch subscriber or something. You know, that'd be really cool, right? Yeah. So, I think that would be a fun way to potentially do it. Okay, there we go. So, I've got the shoulder blades. Oh, the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads. That I believe... This one is, yeah, I believe this is the skull one, right? Is this the skull one? No, this is the skull side. The skull side. It's great for Soul Blight. Oh, I know. I could actually, like, because I got all the zombies, like, you know, it gives you, what, 10 zombies or something like that? So... Hey, Tanya the Wool Mistress is joining us. It's going good. How are you? You're alive! Being alive is always good. Hold on, let me just check to see that the sound is working. Do you mind doing me... Okay... desktop audio, where are you? Do you mind talking again? Okay. I need to make sure that this is... Oh, no, don't lock the volume. Properties. And,
It just wouldn't be a stream if there wasn't technical difficulties, right?
correct. There we go. Try again.
Try again.
Okay, now we've got Tanya on the audio as well. So everybody on Twitch and YouTube can hear you now.
Hello.
Hello. It's Tanya, the Wall Mistress Gates, hanging out.
What are you working on, Skari?
I'm working on Mr. Nagash. I'm just kind of putting him together because I'm going to just prime him and put paint on him. So I just want to make sure he's good enough for me to actually work on and get some stuff done. Captain Athena says, hello.
Well, hi there.
Zen Theades says, I saw a great model on Instagram this morning with a Space Marine soul getting yoinked. Nice.
Yeah. What should I work on just put paint on it this week?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna... I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff built right now because, you know, it's like it just helps me kind of get the process like in my brain. I just build it, and then I don't have to worry about building it, and then it helps me, you know, process what I want to work on. I'm probably gonna do some more work on the Phantom Titan because I just want to get that at least that first layer of. I want to at least get that first layer of blue done because I wasn't able to finish it for the big game. You can't really see it in the big game because the big game was so big, but I mean, I can see it.
Right, you know it's there.
That's right. But in terms of you could probably get some more orcs done. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You're having
well, I'm working on... Yeah, I have a big box full of orcs. But I'm working on Gear Guts to Boss on, like, my stream. So I don't want to get too far on it off stream and then people not be able to, like...
Follow?
See what I'm doing. Yeah, so... I've got options. I've got a big box of options. I could do... like, the rig.
Yeah, it's also Orctober, so whatever you do, right? Whatever you do works.
It's gonna be orcs for sure. So yeah, I could do that. I have a mega armored war boss. I could do.
Nice. I like mega armored war bosses. They're killy. TV Robbie asks how your trip was back home.
The trip back home was good. It was good. The trip coming into Toronto always seems to be like an adventure. But yeah, I slept on the plane ride back home. That was lovely.
Nice. Back to Vancouver, where you live.
Oh my god.
She doesn't live in Vancouver, everybody.
No, I do not.
We've got Seraph. Hey, Seraph, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you coming to hang out to say hello. And... Captain Athenos says, so much DACA on the way from Gear Guts. By the way, could everybody tell me how the levels are? Just as a quick test. Can you tell me how Tanya's levels are compared to mine? S'il vous plaît. GDFI, Skari? What? GDFI? Learn the Okanagan. Seems fine, says Retio Santi. Okay, perfect. Apparently I need to know more about like where people come from. Tanya.
I mean, you know where I'm from. It's just a running gag now, right?
Yeah. Now. Yeah. Right. No, I don't know where you're from. I've made it. It's been such a joke for so long that I've literally forgotten where you come from.
I'm from the Okanagan Valley.
Okanagan Valley. Yeah, that's yeah. It was it. Captain Athenos was like, learn the Okanagan. Tanya is a little loud compared to you. Okay, let's see. Desktop
Good day.
audio. Hey, what's going on, Heaven? How's it going, buddy?
Not too much. Not too much. You?
Good. You are also live on Twitch and YouTube with everybody watching.
I know. I'm watching it.
Hooray! There you go. Got to come in, say hi. It's nice. I'm in. It's not Toronto. It's Kelowna.
I actually don't live in Kelowna, but that's the next biggest city, so I'll let it pass.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Skari went there, didn't realize he wasn't in Vancouver.
You were in Vancouver.
By BC.
You
What
were
was that?
like,
How does it feel to be invaded by BC people?
It's fine. It's very relaxing. I feel like
does Evan also live in Vancouver?
He does live in Vancouver. Absolutely.
Okay.
Just on an island that's near Vancouver.
Yeah, the island.
Oh, the island.
I'm an island people.
An island person.
So jealous.
Surrounded by ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually, stop. You don't want to hang out with people. Be like, psh, there's literally an ocean between us.
There's enough people on the island.
Yeah, that is also very true. Stay off my lawn, he says. Have you been doing any hobby lately? Oh, you recently finished your Triumph procession, right? St. Catherine's?
Yeah, my Triumph. Yeah, that
so
took
cool
for
looking.
friggin' ever.
It looks so good, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's literally, you've been working on that since that model came out.
Almost, yeah. I think it's been about 6 months or so. Maybe a little bit longer.
But it's so worth it because it's one of those like centerpieces, right? It's just like
it is.
Once it's done.
I wish the rules were a little bit better, but they're not horrible. They're just
they want you to buy Morven Vol now. You need to get the new stuff.
She's been sold out for the longest time. My hope is I can get her.
Yeah. She has. Morven Vol has been sold out.
Yeah. I'm actually building a Grey Knights army right now.
Ooh, bandwagon jumping. I like it.
No, it's not for me.
That's the excuse everyone makes.
No, this one's not for me. It's a guy on my team out here. He's like, "Do you want to build it for me? I'll pay you." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh yeah, I love building armies and getting paid for them. Although
That's something I would do.
I would never do another Sisters army because that was nuts. Cody, I love you, but I don't want to have to build another Sisters army ever.
Nay.
Ever again. It was nuts. It was absolutely bonkers. Captain Atheno says $200 to come and go from the island. No, thank you.
Is it that expensive? I haven't been off the island other than by a plane in 2 years, so.
Now, I will say, who knows? I don't know how much the ferry is. However, it is Canadian dollars, everyone, so, yeah, it's probably like $20 American.
25.
Oh, yeah, $25.
Evan, are you going to Kipper's Melee?
No, I'm actually flying out to Saskatoon that Sunday for work. I actually got asked if I wanted to run it.
Oh, yeah.
When is Kipper's Melee?
The 16th and 17th.
Of?
October.
Yeah, it's in like 2 weeks.
I would totally go. But it's probably sold out.
I don't think so.
I'm so tempted to just buy a plane ticket and go.
See,
I want to go to so many tournaments, and
I want to go too. I want to go. I'd love to run it, but
I want to go, but I don't want to go alone because I just don't feel comfortable going alone.
That's fair. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys from the Langford area going up. I know that, but I don't know if you know them or not.
I don't really know them. I was gonna go with JT, but then JT was like, I can't. I have a wedding to go to that weekend, so.
Name.
Yeah. I was like, just ditch it. Let's go play Warhammer. But he's like, you can't. So.
$100 each way, says Captain Athenos.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, unless you just want to buy your significant other an anniversary present, a one-way trip to the island.
It's, for the record, it's a 16-minute air flying flight from Vancouver to Victoria. Just saying.
Just saying. Well, that sounds posh.
It's more than $100, but
Yeah. Just kind of like get off the plane. I like it. Skari, says Jonathan Nyman, says, give us your thoughts on monoliths in Necron armies. This is like, I feel like this is one of the things I rant about on a frequent basis, is how Necron players try and play Necrons like Space Marine players instead of playing like Necron players.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that they
use units the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, they kind of like they don't use the units the way they're supposed to, but they sort of like, when they pick units for an army, they sort of like they judge the unit's ability to perform based on a similar Space Marine unit. If that makes sense.
I can understand that, only because Space Marines was so prevalent for the longest time, and that was what the Space Marine equivalent.
100%.
I get that.
I can see that. What I'm saying is that, like, a Space Marine player will look at flayed ones and then like compare them to like assault intercessors, right? And then it'll be like, well, flayed ones are shit because an assault intercessor is better because it's cheaper and gets more attacks and this and that and the other. But what they're doing is they're like looking at it from the perspective of, well, within the Space Marine Codex, but it's a Necron unit that should be gauged within the Necron Codex. And I feel that's actually something that is very common amongst players, is they judge their units not in a vacuum, but they judge them based on like other units in other books. And I feel like you kind of have to look at each codex internally instead of like comparing it. If not, you'll always be disappointed, and then you'll never get like the flavor of what you want out of a book. Directly comparing Locust Destroyers to Eradicators, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. It's like a Destroyer or a Heavy Destroyer is not an Eradicator. Okay, yes, an Eradicator's great point for point. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, are the Space Marines good at this, and do they have good Dreadnoughts and stuff like that? Absolutely. But you can't look at like a Locust Heavy Destroyer or a Destroyer and be like, well, this isn't an attack bike. It's not an attack bike. You know what I mean? Like, it's don't stop trying to use it like an attack bike or thinking that it fits the role of an attack bike, because it's not a Space Marine unit. It's a Necron unit. And this is just something I found from playtesting a long time ago with one of my friends and his Necrons. And this was back when Necrons were actually struggling in like 3rd and 4th edition, and they hadn't received a codex for like 10 years. And they were the same old crappy codex. And he was running like a triple monolith list. But what he found was, and what we found just in playtesting, is he kind of like started leaning into a lot of the janky stuff that the Necrons could do. And a lot of it comes from monoliths, like being able to redeploy out of a monolith and pulling units from one side of the battlefield to the other. And like, all it does is it throws your opponent off balance. And it's all about that. Such a great
mechanic.
Such a great mechanic. It is. But a lot of people don't use it because they look at a monolith and go, a monolith is garbage or trash. Did you know monolith like auto hits in combat with like straight 3 damage attacks or whatever?
It
like,
did.
That like, but most
the problem
people,
is you have to get them into combat.
Right. That's fine. You know what I mean? But it's just one of the things that a monolith can do. And a monolith is like high toughness, doesn't have an invul save. You know what I mean? Like, it's vulnerable to like mortal wounds and stuff, and probably doesn't have the best shooting. It's a Lord of War. So it has lots of things like going against it. But if you can leverage its benefits to get you a tactical advantage in game, because there's a difference between tactics and strategy, right? Like, tactics are like the in-game things you do to like gain points or kind of like win like positional superiority in the game or whatever. But like tactic or strategy is like what you sort of built your list to do. It's the overarching strategy. Like, I built my list to be heavy shooting, right? That's a strategy. But tactics-wise, you want to focus your fire to make sure that, like, your shooting is effective or whatever. So it's about...
would you say you want to plan your army for a game you want to play, and you don't want to play your opponent's army or your opponent's game?
Yeah, 100%. You want to, like, when if I played a Necron army and I included a Monolith, for example, it would be like a technical tool piece that I would use to, like, okay, I've got 20 Necron warriors on this side of the table during deployment.
Oh, I need them over
and
here
I put
now.
my Monolith on the other side of the table, right? And then my opponent goes first or whatever. He pushes up heavy onto my, my flank with the warriors or whatnot. And I'm like, I need to get the hell out of dodge. So I'm going to move away. Or I need to pull them on this side now to put all the pressure on this side of the table where my Monolith is. And leave all of my opponent's units out of position, right?
Yeah, it's almost like a free to redeploy.
Yeah. All in all, it's just cool. So I like that sort of mechanic. But my car won't fit on the plane, says Captain Athenos. Back to the Vancouver travel.
Okay, so here's a small topic change for you, Mr. Skari.
I'm listening.
The Black Templars vows, 2 of them have been previewed.
Oh, I know. What are they? Which one? What did they preview?
Okay.
I want to know. I want to know.
Accept any challenge, no matter the odds.
Okay. Don't say anything. In the past. So what do vows do? Did they say what they do? Like, what do they? How do they work?
So you choose them at the beginning of the mission briefing step.
Oh, so it's like a pick them like per game or whatever. Oh, that's
cool.
Hold
on, let me get to the right page.
So
here.
That's very similar to how they were in like 3rd edition, right?
Yeah, very similar.
Or 4th edition, and accept any challenge no matter the odds. Was your army hit on 3s no matter what? That was the old.
So here's the actual Templar vow rule.
Okay.
At the end of the read mission briefing step, you can select one of the following Templar vows.
Okay.
Suffer not the unclean to live. Uphold the honor of the emperor. Abhor the witch. Destroy the witch. Accept any challenge no matter the odds.
So that's like legit all 4 of their original vows. Nice.
Yeah. So you select one of them.
Cool.
Until the end of the battle, all units from your army with the Templar Vows ability gain the effects of the selected vows. Each vow provides a series of abilities as well as a passion. Each passion is a drawback that affects Black Templar units while they are under the effects of that vow.
Interesting. So it's like a pro and con effect.
Yeah. So here's the first one.
Okay.
They only released 2 of them.
Okay.
It's accept any challenge no matter the odds.
Okay.
The vow is, while this unit is within engagement range of any enemy units, if a combat doctrine is active for your army, this unit gains the bonus of the assault doctrine instead of the combat doctrine that is active.
Ooh, well, that'd be cool.
So
like, if you want to get stuck in early in the game, you can just like...
Yeah. There's another point.
Nice.
Each time this unit fights, until that fight is resolved, add 1 to the attack characteristic of models in that unit. This is not cumulative with the additional attack granted by shock assault.
Oh, I love it. So in protracted combats, they just count as always having charge, basically.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The passions, the drawback to this, the unit can't fall back.
Which, if you're taking like Oath of Moment or whatever, either like
you
why
don't
do you
want
want to
to
fall back anyway? Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
So you get like just always +1 attack in combat, and you just can't fall back, and an extra AP in combat, regardless of the turn.
And you always count in the assault doctrine, essentially.
Well, that'd be cool. Means you can get aggressive with them early. That's neat, actually.
Yeah, I think it's actually a really cool.
Yeah. No fallback though could bite you in the butt. Like against like a good like Dark Eldar army or whatever, they'd be like, "Ha, you can't fall back." I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, but I think you can change it every mission, right?
Yeah. So you just don't take it against an army that's gonna like try and be shenanigan-y like that.
That wants to keep, yeah. So the other one, abhor the witch, destroy the witch.
Yeah.
The vow is once per battle. In your first movement phase, If there are enemy Psyker units in your opponent's army until the end of that phase, add 3 inches to the move characteristics of models in this unit.
That's like it. In the old Abhor the Witch, Destroy the Witch, your units got a free D6-inch move before the game started if your opponent had any Psykers. That was literally the only thing they got. It was like run towards the Psykers. Amazing.
So the other part of this, Val, each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack against a Psyker unit, reroll wound rolls 1.
All right, so have like a mini lieutenant all the time if they're Psykers. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Now you can like get an extra move, get up close.
Yeah, it's not bad actually. Yeah, so the passion, so the drawback, if you will.
Yeah.
While an enemy Psyker unit is within 18 inches of this unit, the unit cannot perform any actions.
They're so angry. I'm so angry. I see you there, you witch. I'm not gonna put up this banner because I hate you, and I'm gonna punch you.
But yeah, I really like those. I really like those vows.
Oh, that's actually really, really neat. The pre-order box is the box is up for pre-order on the Saturday. I will be doing a live stream 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wonder why.
Why is it gotta be so early, man?
Because that's when 10 a.m. British summertime is.
Yeah, but that's like 2 a.m. here.
Oh, I know. It's the sacrifice I make for all of you, folks. I have some really fun guests, though. We've got Ace Bauer and Marshall something or other, Bob, from the Black Templar YouTube channel that will be
Marshall
here.
Bob?
No.
Can we just say Marshall Bob? I like that.
let me find his real name. Hold on a second. Where's my phone?
Marshall Bob. No. That's his name.
No,
we have spoken.
No. This is Marshall Bob. Bow to him. Marshall Leroth. Marshall Leroth.
No, Bob.
Marshall Leroth.
Bob.
Leroth. Let's see, where's this? Yeah, Bob. His name is Bob. Marshall Bob.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call him Marshall Bob. That's right. That's the spirit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Marshall. Awesome. What is your name? My name is Marshall Bob.
Oh, okay. So here's another Black Templars question for you. What are your thoughts on the new Castellan?
Oh god, that literally came out of literally from the book, like the old 3rd edition book, like right on the cover. You know how often I stared at that art and was like, I want that model so bad, like because they look so badass. At first I thought it was like a fan doing some sort of Photoshop, but then it was like, oh no, it's an actual model. I was like, oh my goodness. Amazing. He's so cool.
So you can be like, Evan, don't be like that. I don't like it.
No, that's okay. He's chunky. He's like a chunky Space Marine chunky boy. But I think he's more supposed to, I think he's supposed to be more like just like a display piece, right? Like a historical display piece. You know what I mean?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, I love it. He's so cool. He looks like he's just so like he's just like all this armor. He's like I'm supposed to be posing for a picture.
I'll tell you what I do like though. The new Sword Brethren.
Oh my gosh, they're literally like a picture. They're picture perfect forms of the old like even the
Sword
dude with the
Brethren.
lightning claws. I was like, oh my gosh,
that's the guy I was going to talk about.
He's so cool. Why do you have to do this Games Workshop? I already have too many armies that I love playing, and now you're giving me all of this stuff. Ugh,
never going to
madness,
financially recover from this.
So you can all go to my Games Workshop wish list and send me stuff.
And send me stuff.
No, I need to.
Or just join the Patreon.
Or just join the Patreons. I can afford more things like this. However, I just never get around to painting them. I can collect them. To be honest,
for the record, I've seen your pile of shame.
I went through it today.
Those
I
are
literally
rookie
went through
numbers.
it today. I went through.
I know. I was watching.
Yeah, okay.
Those are rookie numbers, man.
Yeah.
You got to bump those numbers up.
You know how much stuff I give away when I run tournaments? I literally pile stuff up, and I'm just like, I'm not using this. I just give it away as prizes. I remember.
I used to run the bash with you. Remember?
And most of the gifts and stuff, because all the money would go to like paying for the hole and food.
Yeah.
I'd literally be like, I have all these random buck sets. Let's just give them away.
Hey, what are the chances the bash is going on in February?
0% right now.
Yeah, I figured so.
Yeah. But I'm thinking of running a few events at the mini wargaming bunker actually. Running a couple of events like some RTTs first, as well as at Jackson Queen, and then running a GT, like finally getting that GT at the bunker again. So
nice.
Yeah. Spooky ghost horses are being very uncooperative, says Hellfast. I'm assuming they are being very uncooperative. Well, Nagash is coming along nicely, getting his all of his books and stuff all set up and whatnot. It's kind of snazzy.
Books and stuff.
Well, yeah, sold these books. You know, there you go. Look at that. He's got like
He's such a big model, such a badass model.
I can't wait to paint.
Is he
him.
still
It's gonna be so
1,000
cool.
points?
He is still 1,000 points. Oh, 975 points or whatever.
Does he still have that power that like you hold a dice behind your hand?
Oh, yes.
Or like you choose like, okay, cool, that character's dead. Just dead.
Any model, yeah.
Any model. Yeah.
Hand of Dust. There are actual models now, though, that have a rule that if there's a rule that would just like remove them from the game, they take a bunch of mortal wounds instead. The Sons of Behemat, for example, they're basically
giants.
Yeah, because you can't like, oh look, take your 40 wound model off the table with a 50-50 shot. But when you get to do it and your opponent is like literally trembling because they're like, oh god, I don't want to pick the wrong hand. I'm like cackling maniacally. I'm like, ah.
How's the ETC or sorry WTC team coming?
Good. We just picked our top 16 for the WTC. Nice. So the style that we've gone for this year for our Canadian national team for Warhammer 40,000 is we've picked a top 16. So very much like a Tanya. Thanks for the resub. Yay!
You're welcome.
That's 2 months. I mean, 2 months. 2 years.
I was gonna say.
2 years.
He's chipping ya.
Oh.
Chipping ya.
So like a football team, or as you Canadians like to call it, soccer. A football team has 22 players, and then you pick like a starting squad that's 11, and they go onto the field, and they're the starting squad. So we've decided to pick 16 players for like the team instead of just 8. And then what's going to happen is we are going to select
your top 8.
Our top 8 from that 16 as like, but the 16 players again, essentially they're a picked team. So we've picked 16, and then we're going to pick the A squad or like the starting lineup to go to the WTC, which I think is going to be
sense.
Yeah, so it'll help us sort of like continue to develop other players. It also means that when we're doing, when you're practicing for football, you do scrims, right? You do like blue versus red or whatever, and then you play each other.
You're going to have 2 teams.
We have 2 teams of 8, and literally we split up and we like randomly split up all the teams and the squads, and we do like internal 8 versus 8 scrims to try and beat each other up. And it helps us with matchups, it helps us develop lists, it helps us with pairings. Like all in all, I feel like it's a very robust system. It's really
It's actually a good idea.
Yeah. So we've been developing this system for a couple of years now, and it's really cool to have people on the crew from all coasts, from like West Coast, East Coast, as well as like Alex is there, Quebec. Isn't he? Yeah. So it's really neat to kind of have that be a part of it. You know what I mean? Okay, where's this book gonna go? Come on, book. Come on. Yeah,
I'm so excited that I guilted Alex onto being on the show this week.
Yeah.
It's
exciting.
Did it take a lot to guilt him into it?
A little bit. I've been trying to get him on the show for like almost a year. So
he was on before.
No, he wasn't.
I booked him in. Like one of the first guests we had was on with Art of War.
I don't think so.
Skari, that's before Tanya came around. So nothing happened before Tanya came around.
No, I'm like anyway. I have him on the guest list unless he had to reschedule and ended up not coming on. But he was on this guest list. I'd have to go back and check, but it's really cool to have him on. I'm really pumped because he's a really nice person.
He's all right, I guess.
Furiously building 3,500 points. I have orcs before all the DACA arrives, then heading north to Tanya's lair to play a game, says Captain Athenos. Nice. FYI, soccer is the name given to the sport by British universities when it was first adopted in the UK. Football was the common name taken on after American football was invented. Cool. Well, thanks for the lesson. I still call it football.
I mean, it makes sense to call it football, right? Because American football is hand egg.
Hand egg bowl.
Hand egg.
Hand egg bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Man, this is going to be so fun to paint. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's just like, I am Nagash, the king of the undead, and I am an absolute jerk that wants all the power for myself. Because he's pretty mean. Like, he does not like...
Pretty mean.
He's mean. He doesn't like anyone.
He doesn't like anybody.
He doesn't like anyone. He's just a jerk. Nagash is just a jerk.
Jerk face.
Jerk face. Nagash, jerk
Hi,
face.
Marshal Bob. Hi, Marshal Nagash.
Hi, Marshal Bob. Nagash the jerk face. Yeah, we're starting to create. Don't make me laugh while I'm putting glue on my model.
Jerky McJerkerton.
Jerky McJerkerton. He has a bone to pick with you.
Oh God, that's bad.
Stop it.
Okay, I get you're a dad. Yeah, okay, you get a dad joke, but that's it.
Well, only one dad joke. Caleb! Hey, Skari, long time no see. Is that Nagash? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look at that. Ba-bam. Look at him. He's got his, like... Oh, he's so cool looking. I'm going to have so much fun painting this guy. It's going to be... I've decided to just put paint on it. That's kind of how I'm going to rock and roll with him. And then I can play with him. He's got a cool base. I've got his base. Ah! You know, I think I took one sip of my water this whole time. While I drank cold coffee instead. He is massive. Like, he is... Nagash is a massive model.
Very big model.
But he is half your army. Like, legitimately.
Yes.
Half of your 2,000-point army in one model. But he just destroys.
He's worth it.
He's worth every point.
He
is so hard to kill.
Who would you say wins? Him or Acheron?
Hudahan?
Archeon, sorry.
Archeon. Well, I've played that matchup before, and Nagash... Oh, no. No, it was Ariel that beat Archeon.
Oh, the big bug lady?
Big bug lady. Well, it wasn't her. She, like, just did 6 damage with her big super sword, a big super spear, and then the Kurnoth Hunters just walked in and, like, nuked him.
About right.
Because those Kurnoth Hunters with scythes are just ridiculous.
Yes, they are.
I know he's a caster, but can he fight in close combat? Good.
Yes.
He's okay.
Yes,
he fights. He does damage.
He does everything.
He's not an Archeon in close combat. Like he's not an Auric war boss on like a Death Cabbage. You know, that's not like he's not that good. But he will run in and like he will beat you up. Like Nagash will go in and put some hurt on you. Yeah, 100%. Is this supposed to go over here? No.
I think I settled on a color scheme for my custodes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do them fiery red with like ethereal blue robes.
Ooh, that's a nice color change. Well, like that'll be good for the custodians. Like just different. That's neat.
Yeah, I sort of came to the conclusion that I have not painted any of my armies red, so
nice.
It's time.
It's time to paint red.
Red is such a great color to
if
paint.
You get it right,
it's so
too,
easy.
It's so good. Like if you get it right, red just looks amazing.
Yeah.
Captain says Morathi would take them both at the same. Morathi has like a crazy only so many wounds per phase or something, right? Like she's just silly. Yeah. So
she's a caster.
Hey Skari, says Saber. Hey Saber, what's going on?
Hi Saber.
Sweet base for the bony boy. Yes. This base is cool. There's like this old kit that I'm using for that. And I'm using some old pieces of rubble and stuff. And essentially just made it. And it's like breaking up. Put a little bit of a base. I'm trying to put a little bit of effort onto his base so he looks like, so it looks like, it's not just flock or whatever. Gives me like a different texture to work on because he's got a lot of wispy stuff. So I was looking for like a rock texture, like something that could be a little rougher to kind of base him down on. Give me some to kind of do some extra painting. Shenanigans with that or whatever, so that'd be really cool. And right now I'm just gonna preparing a concoction of PVA glue and water.
So I'm gonna post a picture of my whip color scheme, and I'm looking at the pic. What?
Yeah, I was gonna do that too.
Because he's gonna whip, nay.
Yay, modern music.
Oh god.
Yes, I made you laugh. Ha ha! Victory.
Anyway, so I got this custode army in trade, and this particular model that I used to test, it had so much plastic cement on it, and all of the detail is just wrecked, and I giggled a little bit when I pulled it out. Thankfully it's the only model like that in the trade, but I laughed really hard.
That's funny. It's not one of those things that you get all this stuff, Angus Gory says, greetings, Archon. Greetings, Angus. First one of these early streams I've been able to catch. Homesick, working on my orcs. Nice. Well, welcome. Sad that you're sick, of course. Hopefully you get better soon. But I'm happy that you get to catch one of the streams. We'll be live on Thursday with the first episode of Season 2 of Just Put Paint on It.
I'm so excited.
With Orky. I know, it feels like it's been forever. I feel like it's going to be putting on an old boot, or or riding a bicycle. It's going to be it's going to feel so natural, just going back to it.
Rough at first.
Yeah, no, it's going to feel so natural. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, that's my boots. Sorry.
There you go. Orcs. Captain Athenos double dip support. Now moving to Twitch to put some chats in the Twitch. Nice. Thank you, Captain Athenos.
Yeah, Tanya, sorry, I do wish I was going to Kippers to chill out with you, but the army is sending me to Saskatoon.
When you don't own your own life, eh?
Yeah, I'm a number.
You are a number. But we thank you for all your service.
Meh.
And we hope that you continue to use army quality stuff.
Not Canadian Army stuff. No.
So I'll be the first to tell you, if you are not aware, if they ever say military grade, don't buy it.
Don't buy it. It's terrible. The cheapest they could possibly make it and still work.
Especially in Canada.
Well, it's a numbers game, right? It's all about production when it comes to war nowadays. You go how cheap can we make it? How many can we make quickly? And then, because the turnover rate's going to be big anyway, or whatever, let's just get as many made as we can. It's terrible, but it's true.
Actually,
John Lennon and Siegler said orcs can't be top tier, and Brad said they were too simple to play. Thoughts? What?
I think any army could
I
be
think
top tier for the most part.
Any army for the most part. Like there's some armies that are really struggling, like
Yeah,
Guard,
guard.
right? Or like they're just hard. It's just really hard to play. It'll make you really good. Like it'll force you to make you really good at the game. But like
You
Guard,
say this.
yes, I do.
No, but okay,
Because I
no, but
believe
think
it.
about it this way. So with guard currently, you'll have to get really good at, and you might get to like a 30 or 40% win rate with them. But when their new codex comes out
it's the
and all the
sexy-
hotness comes, you kind of
Mm.
already know how to play them. So your win percentage is just going to skyrocket.
Yeah, it's what happened with my Drukari. Don't get me wrong, like Drukari are good and they have like a crazy percentage, but like all the skill sets that I've developed with Drukari when they were terrible will be really useful once they decide to like nerf Drukari.
Have they ever been terrible?
Yes, yes they have. 7th edition was not exactly kind to Drukari at all.
No, that's true. Well, that's because Riptide Wing was around.
Riptide Wing, crazy Jet Bike and Ari, crazy Warp Spider and
Company.
Ari, crazy Battle Company, crazy like
Yeah, that's
billion Iron Hand bikes that never died. Like you just Space Wolf, like Thunder Wolf spam, Hero Mash or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like oh man, like there was a lot of stuff that was not good for the Drukari. And you having to play through all that stuff for years, right? Literally years of playing with like my little poison weapons, being like, I got poison, I'm trying to wound everything on 6s, or whatever it was, and just getting nuked off the table made me good at like scoring points without having an army, because I just didn't have an army left. Mm-hmm.
But
Lol
so
chaos.
so here's the thing though. When you picked up Drukari,
They were terrible.
they were terrible, but you had been playing Space Marines for
Yes.
years before that.
Oh, for many, many years, yeah.
Mhm.
Through varying degrees of good and or bad, but against
Mhm.
everything. And the thing is, when I started, I didn't have money, so I had one army, and like my army had one build. So like every game I played was with that one army and that one build. So my opponents could like, or more experienced opponents had bigger collections, could always switch and like change their like builds and collections and stuff as they saw fit. Me? Nope. I literally had to play the same thing over and over again because I didn't own anything else, which then forced me to just get good with like the models that I had.
Get good, scrub.
Yeah. And then I moved to Drukari because that was when I was going through like a win streak with my Black Templars, and people didn't want to play me anymore. So I was like, fine, I'll play something that's terrible that nobody thinks is good, and I'll show you that it's not just that the army's good is why I'm winning, it's because I know what I'm fucking doing. And I picked Drukari. And they were definitely a lot harder to play than Space Marines, I'll tell you.
That and the 3rd edition box had Marines and Dark Elder in it.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like, because Guard was like my first 40k army,
Yep.
and I'm not like super experienced with the game, I feel like maybe I have stunted my development by continuing to play Guard instead of picking something better.
Let us know what you think, champ. What do you think?
so.
Do you think it kind of like, this is open for discussion? And
No, it's not.
it's not open for discussion? Oh, it's just straight up. No, it's not open for discussion.
It's not open for discussion. And here's why. So everybody has that nostalgic army. No, I'm actually joking. It's always up for discussion. But there's always that one army that everybody plays to start with, right? And that's their Moby Dick, right? That's their one list that they maybe never really learned when they were young. And
Yeah.
mine's Dark Angels,
Yeah.
right? My first army, actually that's a lie. My first army was Space Wolves, but I was terrible at them and got rid of them right away.
Mhm.
So you know what? Just playing and playing and playing will get you better, and new editions will come out and you'll eventually just learn.
Or
But I
Thorax
feel like
asks
I'm
what the
actually
big base
getting
is for.
worse.
The big base is for Mr. Nagash. Also, like, the meta is constantly changing, right? So the meta is adapting.
Yeah.
And, like, an old army sometimes can have a hard time catching up. But, you know, it's one of the reasons, like, if you have a Custodes army and you're building it up or you're playing orcs, like, it's good to switch it up or pick something and, like, play it. It's not a bad thing to switch up your army. Captain Athena, so started with Orcs, moved to Drukhari in 3rd, then Marines in 9th, now back to Orcs and Drukhari. This is Captain Athena's. Like, most collectors and most people who play have multiple armies they play, and they kind of switch back and forth based on the ebb and flow of things, but it takes a while to sort of build up those collections, right? You know, like the first collection I had of Black Templars, I played the same collection for 10 years. I didn't have any other army. Literally, it was the same army for 10 years. This is 10 years of me playing games. 10 years. So it puts that into perspective. You know what I mean? Like, that was a long time. Then I played Drukhari for like 10 years without playing anything else. So, well,
like,
ideally,
I would not switch. Ideally, I would stick with Guard forever and ever because, like, they're my boys.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I can work through how bad their rules are.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know, switching is not a bad thing. But if you switch, like, you pick something, switch to it, play it, like, test it, like, proxy a bunch of stuff, see if it's like your style, and if it isn't, then you have to move on, you know, and before you kind of commit to something.
Yeah, I might have to hit TTS.
Yeah, play some TTS, pull like a bunch of models out that you don't care about, like that you're not going to have to buy or whatever, and then eventually build something you like and go, you know what, I like this style. And it's more about like the style, like when you put it on a table, within the first couple of turns, you can tell whether you're enjoying yourself or you're not. And then if you are, then that's your style, and if not, then you look for a different style. And then of course you have to think
playing the Marines for a while. It was like immediately like, this is not for me.
Right, but then you know, right? Then Marines are just not your style. You said Guard when you meant Orcs. Thorax says, I got frustrated with option overload playing Space Marines. So I started collecting Nurgle Demons, and I feel playing a different army helped me become a better player a lot. Learning different mechanics, things like that. Yeah, absolutely. You kind of learn, like, it increases the brain stuff as well. Hello, Harry, says from Vancouver. Well, there we go.
Somebody
Harry
actually from Vancouver.
Yeah, it's funny because we were talking about that earlier. Okay, I'm going to have to... Now it is my lunchtime, so I'm going to go have some food. This has been really fun, hanging out with everybody for a couple hours, doing some hobby. I did some Nagash. Anybody who's wondering how big this Nagash model is, it's pretty large. It's the size of my head. He's pretty big. The base has now got the white glue, the glue, which is now drying, which means that it'll be dry, and then I can prime him, base him. I need to do some more gluing of like some of the little spirity things on his base and like the books and stuff. But all in all, I'm excited that Nagash is pretty much done. I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. It's all been awesome. Thank you, Evan and Tanya, for hanging out with me today.
Oh, thanks for having us.
A huge shout out to everybody out there. Don't forget, we've got Just Put Paint on It on Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. That's a Twitch thing. Of course, this content and everything I do is only possible thanks to the Denizen community on Patreon. So if you'd like to support the channel, check the links down below and support the channel. Help it grow. Other than that, that's it. That's all I got. Do you want to plug anything, Tanya? Or... Oh, Evan left. Do you want to plug anything, Tanya?
Yeah, so I think on Thursday when we do Just Put Paint on It, I think I'm going to give away some Gear Guts gift cards.
Ooh, fancy Gear Guts gift cards! That's exciting.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for giveaways. Tell all your friends.
Yeah.
Okay, bye everybody. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Skari out. Ah, the Dark Kin. Bye.